Hello, I'm Lieutenant General Retired John Hopper, CEO of the Air Force Aid Society.
And I'm Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Retired, Jim Binnicker, President and CEO of the Air Force Enlisted Village.
Once a year, the Air Force community pauses to remember how important its charities are to the welfare of the Air Force members and their families. It is your time to combine your supportive voices and generous contributions to assure a solid financial foundation for the Air Force Aid Society, the Air Force Enlisted Village, the Air Force Village Charitable Foundation, and the General and Mrs. Curtis E. LeMay Foundation.
This is your chance to participate in the annual Air Force Assistance Fund Drive. This is your opportunity to say, "Count me in. I want to be part of strengthening our Air Force family."
During World War II, more Army Air Corps airmen made the ultimate sacrifice than even our great Marine Corps. That's why General Hap Arnold envisioned a charitable organization that would address emergency assistance and education from the perspective of airmen helping airmen. What has evolved over the last 7 decades is an Air Force Aid Society that prides itself in helping Air Force people whenever, wherever, or however they need special assistance. Job number 1 for the Air Force Aid Society is emergency assistance. No-interest loans and grants can be tailored to fit each unique situation, whether that is a car repair, a utility bill, rent, or more serious medical and funeral needs. Airmen know they can go to the Airmen and Family Readiness Center at their base and find a society representative ready to help with prompt financial assistance.
The Society also steps up to disaster response, always prepared to help in the aftermath of natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, and fires. During times of conflict such as now, the Society is poised to aid in the healing when one of our airmen warriors is struck down while defending America. When bad things happen to good people, the Society is there to help. True to General Arnold's vision, the Society manages a robust Arnold Education Grant Program for undergraduate students and a very popular spouse tuition assistance program overseas. Equally successful are Society-sponsored short courses on many bases. Most of these courses certify their graduates and more often than not lead to immediate employment.
The Air Force Aid Society recognizes the stresses of military life and the impact on all Air Force members. By offering an array of community enhancement programs to address child care, parenting, deployment support, and financial stability issues, the Society says, "We know what you're going through, and we care." The Air Force Aid Society belongs to you. It needs your support to stay strong for America's airmen.
The mission statement is simple and heartfelt: to provide a home. The Air Force Enlisted Village has been providing a home to the surviving spouses of career service members since 1975. With 2 independent living complexes, Teresa Village in Fort Walton Beach and Bob Hope Village in Shalimar, and the assisted living Hawthorne House also in Shalimar, Florida, over 450 seniors call us their home. Amenities abound, with transportation to and from doctor's appointments, weekly trips to the BX and commissary, prescription refills picked up, educational and entertainment outings, and planned events. Residents can be as active as they wish to be. One Hawthorne House resident recently told a visiting active duty airman, "I never expected to have the opportunity and blessing of living in a place as beautiful as this. I never dreamed that I would have the quality of care that I do in the latter years of my life. Had it not been for the Air Force Enlisted Village, I suppose I would have been living under a bridge when my husband died." The Air Force Assistance Fund is a lifeblood to the Air Force Enlisted Village, as 100% of the Air Force Assistance Fund donations serve as funds that are crucial to the support of these deserving surviving spouses.
The Air Force Village was founded in 1964 to fulfill the vision of the Air Force Officers' Spouses Clubs. The mission was to provide a home and financial assistance for retired Air Force officers' widows who had no other means of support. Today, Air Force Village supports the living expenses of widows in need in the beautiful retirement communities at Air Force Village 1 and 2 near Lackland Air Force Base, in San Antonio, Texas.
When my husband passed away, I faced a very grim reality. Medical bills had depleted our savings, and the small life insurance policy didn't last very long. I could barely get by, and I feared that I would soon have no place to live. I now call the village my home. In fact, some of my neighbors are widows of officers that my husband served with, and for that reason I'm ever so grateful that no one knows that I'm receiving financial assistance. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you.
The work of the Air Force Village is more important now than it's ever been because people are living longer and facing large health care costs. At the Village, the wives of Air Force officers are receiving care while living independently in assisted living, in skilled nursing, and in Alzheimer's care facilities. These widows live among 1,250 retired officers, their spouses or their widows, with the dignity of knowing that no one in the community knows who receives financial assistance. The Air Force Assistance Fund helps in providing loving care for these members of our Air Force family. Thank you for your support.
The General and Mrs. Curtis E. LeMay Foundation was started by the LeMays to help provide assistance to widows and widowers who are living at or below the poverty level. It is our commitment to enable these family members to stay in their homes, to be able to maintain their lifestyle, and to provide any additional health or quality of life needs that might be necessary. We do this by way of financial grants of assistance. We have had the privilege of providing mortgage and rental payments and have prevented severe evictions. It is wonderful to know that we are able to help and have had the opportunity and will continue to assist retirees, widows, and widowers. It is the belief of the Foundation and the LeMay family that the spouses of service members serve this country along with their husbands or wives, and that they too are part of the Air Force family. They are entitled to a decent standard of living, entitled to live with dignity, and entitled to be proud of their service. We have been helping some of our recipients since our inception and will continue as long as the help is needed. We look forward to many more years of service to those in need and to the satisfaction of knowing that we are carrying out the LeMays' wishes. Thanks to you who help members of today's Air Force, we can continue through your donations to the Air Force Assistance Fund campaign each year.
Now that you've been given this brief glimpse of the great work being done by our charities, we hope you'll decide to donate during this year's fund drive. How much you give is less important than your desire to participate in a campaign that delivers substantial, tangible, and heartwarming results.
During this fund drive and throughout the year, remember these names: the Air Force Aid Society, the Air Force Enlisted Village, the Air Force Village Charitable Foundation, and the LeMay Foundation, because they will be there for you and your family if ever the need arises.